The 10 accused persons on charges of common nuisance last week have appeared before Magistrate Jali Abasajja Balaba through their legal team, asked to be released on bail, by each presenting two sureties.
The first surety is Mr. David Banajo Wasie. He is a long-time friend. You honor both sureties understood their responsibilities, their leaders, and the able to ensure that the applicant returns to this court whenever required. And we pray that this court finds them substantial, grant bail to that accused person.
To abide by any bail terms set by this honorable court. Your worship, we pray that this honorable court finds the sureties substantial but meet the accused person on bail on lenient terms.
Abdul Majid. Your worship, the first surety I present is Lubowa Abdul. Lubowa Abdul is 31 years old. He is the biological father of the applicant. What's your problem, Your worship?
Worship, the first surety is we have shared our documents with the state. The first surety is Arwan Larose. Worship, Arwan Larose was 49 years. And she's a farmer by registration. Worship, she's a resident of Chamu, Dema. She's the biological mother, the accused person, worship. And her telephone contact is 0751 45 the second surety is Ankarula Annette. She's 38 years. She's a business partner with the accused person. And she's a resident at Shauriako in Chivugo. Her contact is 0776 105 205. I'll call in my colleague. The accused person has an introductory letter.
They are part of the 16 suspects who were charged and remanded at Buganda Road Magistrates Court. Prosecution led by Safinani Ndio didn't object to the accused's bail application.
And we have been served with the supporting documents for the application. Your worship, we are satisfied with the sureties presented. We don't object to the bail application.
Magistrate Jali Abasajja Balaba granted them bail.
Because of the accused, because of the applicant and the prosecution and stated as follows. The accused persons, that is A1 to A9, have been released on bail on the following terms. A. Cash bail of shillings 100,000 for each of the accused persons. Then court bond with cash 300,000 which is securities. This offense is bailable. Come back to court 29th of August 2024 for hearing tonight.
Meanwhile, Magistrate Caroline Kyoshabire has also granted bail to Brian Magara and Muhweza Eric of 200,000 each, and sureties 1 million each non-cash. The accused are also on offences of common nuisance, which offences prosecution alleges that they committed them around Kampala. The accused were arrested from different parts of Kampala on 21st and 23rd July 2024.
The crime of common nuisance. So today the court has granted bail on 100,000 Uganda shillings and a non-cash bail of 300,000 Uganda shillings. I think it is important to thank the members of the Uganda Law Society and the legal team that I'm standing with here today that has worked through the weekend to ensure that every required documentation, the surety documentation is actually bought so that there are no excuses when we appear in court. So we are happy that the accused people have been granted bail.
You talked about some of them returning.
We have about 100 people who were arrested. I think the police has said about 105. We have about 105 people who have been arrested. Most of those people are going to appear in court on different dates. Our instructions, we visited most of them in Ozira between Thursday, Friday and Wednesday. The whole week we have been visiting most of these people in Ozira, and they have instructed us to apply for bail. So as the Law Society, we're going to continue to apply for bail for all these people and to ensure that their rights are. So there are two things here. One, the right to protest under the Constitution of Uganda. The right to protest under the Constitution of Uganda is guaranteed under the Constitution as long as you do it non-violently and you do it peacefully. That is the condition the Constitution imposes on those who want to protest. Now, the Constitutional Court in Muwanga Kivumbi versus Attorney General has also had the opportunity to consider what this right means, the right to protest. And the court has been very clear that the right to protest is guaranteed by the Constitution. And that even in view of Article 43 of the Constitution is the provision that provides for limitations on exercise of fundamental rights. The court considered both Article 43 and Article 29(1) and stated that the right to protest is constitutionally guaranteed in the Constitution, and that the police have no right to prohibit. The police have no right to prohibit. The only thing the police can do is to regulate, and that was the Constitutional Court judgment. You have no right to prohibit. The only thing you have to do is regulate. The court considered other arguments that we have been hearing from the police. For example, there will be a breach of peace if you allow these people to protest. There will be to lead to chaos and all these arguments. The court considered all these arguments in Muwanga Kivumbi versus Attorney General and stated that you cannot stop people from exercising their fundamental right. So as Uganda Law Society will continue to appeal to government to respect, one, the Constitution, but also to respect the Constitutional Court judgments that have come out related to the interpretation of the right to protest.
The quick one, Council, you off.
Today we appeared before the Chief Magistrate Court to stand as sureties for our colleagues who were arrested last week during the anti-corruption protests. But we want to condemn actions of arresting Ugandans who come out peacefully to demonstrate against the misrule, against the misconduct, against corruption in this country. It is the mandate of Ugandans as enshrined in Section 29 of the Ugandan Constitution, subsection D, to always come up for as long as they have come up in a peaceful way. So by our colleagues coming out and advocate for anti-corruption and all that, we condemn that police took it illegal and trumped up charges against them, which have no merit before the magistrate court. That's why we want to interest ourselves in appreciating them, for giving them bail, because the bail is a constitutional mandate. And we want to beseech all Ugandans to always come up. You rise against the anti-corruption, you rise against the injustices, because it is the only way we can change our country. Equity favors the vigilant.
Court resumed on 29th August 2024. Formation of the case.